Hey guys, how you doing? My name is DJ Do. If you guys don't know me, you might not, but I spent the last couple of years touring with guys like Jason Aldean, Florida Georgia Line, Carrie Underwood. I also play like the Houston Rodeo. I have a yearly residency at the Mirage in Las Vegas, so I play a lot. I'm like probably one of those hardest working DJs you may not have heard of. But anyhow, I just got this thing in the mail, and the reason it's still in the box is because I'm sending it back. And let me tell you why. And I don't do review videos, so this is not going to be all professional, but I'm going to tell you the honest truth from a working DJ, what I think about this unit. I do have the SRT now, which I will be sending back, and I have the original 1000, the record box version as well. And let me start off by saying they are not the same in any shape or form. They look the same, but the functions are not the same. I personally am a Serato user, and there's a couple reasons why. I've just been on Serato forever. I've been comfortable with it. I'm not afraid of new software. I'm very astute at record box now also because I do have the original 1000. But when I play out on the road and I want to bring something with me, usually the guys that I play with, my opening DJs, or if I'm opening for somebody, they all use Serato. And so this was a perfect option. Now, a lot of my shows are backlined with Pioneer equipment, obviously, with Nexus equipment, the 900, Nexus 2s, DDJ-1000s. But some are not, and I play like the Houston Rodeo and some things. A lot of gigs I have to bring backline, and I'd rather bring my own that I'm comfortable with, that I could just put in an overhead on the plane, and this was the perfect size. And that's one of the things I love about this controller, is that it is the perfect size. The record box version obviously is the same size as this one. So I was really looking forward to a Serato version coming up, and I literally bought it the second it was announced. And I got one of the first ones in the mail. I mean, I have the Serato suite and everything, which I won't even use. But let me give you the lowdown before you go buy this thing. Like I said, it is not the same as the record box version. It is not. There's a couple things that are really missing on this. If you're buying this, you're buying it for one reason and one reason only, and that's the jog wheels. And yes, the jog wheels are fantastic. I love them. I love how you can adjust the tension. They're great, but that's it. But if you're buying them for anything else but this, or buying this unit for anything else but that, I should say, you're probably better off going with the SZ or even the SX3. Will probably do more than this thing will do. And let me explain why. First of all, one of the big things, I love using Serato effects, not because, I mean, this has beat effects. Those are great, just like a 900 mixer. But I like layering Serato effects, and I like to be able to hit one button and just use a wet dry signal, and that'll kind of cover my Serato effects. I layer them up. You know, you cannot layer Serato effects on here. And I'll tell you why. I mean, you can, and you can use a separate MIDI controller. What I did when I opened it is I MIDI mapped third and the fourth channel, the two outer channels, to effects. So I would hit the Q button, and that would turn on the wet and dry, or that would turn it on and off, and the wet and dry was with the fader. And I said, okay, that's cool, because I only use really 2 decks at a time, sometimes 3, but really mostly 2 decks. And so I said, oh, I could give up one of those faders to remap it. So I did. Then what did I notice? No post-fader effects on here. If you're using Serato effects, like an external MIDI controller, where you remap this thing, there is no post-fader effects. There is post-fader effects on the record box version, but not on this version. Let me say this again, no post-fader effects. Now, the beat effects have post-fader effects, okay? So if you're only concerned about using beat effects and you're not layering effects, and if you plan on not using Serato effects at all, then cool, you're cool with that, that's cool. Me, I don't like, I use them both. Like I like them both. I love the way Pioneer effects sound, but I do like layering my Serato effects. I do have, like, there's certain effects in Serato that you cannot do in this. Especially if you get the suite that has all the effects, the whole packages, you can't even really use them, because who doesn't want effects that don't have a tail? None of the effects on this have a tail. The SZ2 has a tail, the SX3 has a tail, all those controllers have a tail. Who invents a controller? The Mixars, the little thing, the little $400 controller, that has a tail. Who invents a controller nowadays without post-fader effects? That just boggles my mind. The SZ1, I never bought that thing for one reason, because it didn't have post fader effects. And they said, oh, you know, it'll just be a firmware update. It never happened. There was no firmware update. They didn't put post fader effects into the SZ2. Okay, I don't think they can do it. I think it's something internally. So that was a big letdown for me. The next letdown is the screens. What's on the screens? The same shit that's in front of you on your computer screen. That's it. These screens are useless. I mean, really, what do they have? They have BPM, they have pitch, the amount of pitch you have, and a time. And people are saying, that's all you need. Okay, that's all you need. Then why even have the screens? Because this only operates with Serato, right? So the screen's right in front of you anyhow. You're gonna look at that thing anyhow. If you just wanna look down, I would just ask for a couple little things like cue points, where they're at, or even, I don't even need, give me the key. You know, just show me the key of the song on the screens. That's it, okay? Talking about key, let's go into key. Right here is your key functions over here. Nowadays, now that everything, you know, everyone mixes in key, etc. To switch keys on this, to go up or down, to try to key match, you know, your songs, it's cumbersome. You have to go, and instead of just hitting a button like on the SZ or even the SX3, you know, up or down one, you have to do an extra step. You have to take your hand off, you have to hit the shift button, and then hit it, and then hit it, and then hit it back up or down, etc. That's friggin' ridiculous on a controller nowadays, especially one that's meant for Serato. Like I said, this controller is not meant for Serato. Pioneer is ripping you off. They're making you pay more money for this thing, and it doesn't have half the functions as the record box version does. What else? I wrote down a couple things so you should know. Shift button. Oh, there's no flip control. For those of you that use flip, there is no flip control at all. But the workaround for that, which sucks that there has to be a workaround for everything using Serato, because it's supposed to be a Serato controller, you have to remap something. So, you know, like who uses Slicer? Like, I can never wrap my head around Slicer. I don't know when it's cool to use it, when it's not cool to use it. I don't know. Some people are great at it. Not me. I don't use it. So Slicer. So you can use some of the pads and maybe remap your flip controls to that. And, you know, but there you go again. You know, you're having to change everything on this thing. Why not just get the SZ or the SX3? Power supply. Here's another thing. The power supply is same with the 1000. So, I mean, they're the same in this respect. But the power supply on this thing, it's a brick. So you got to carry that brick, and it's dedicated. So here's the scoop. If you do bring this, if you're a mobile person and you're on the road, it's not an IEC cable. So if you lose that power supply, you are screwed. You only can get that thing from Pioneer. You can only power this thing from Pioneer, unless there's another company out there that puts something out with this. I would definitely carry an extra one with you. I would go buy it. So, yeah, that's disappointing. It's also easy to pull out. It's not chunky. It's a little frayly cord. And just so you know about that, it's not a professional level touring cord. So the power supply sucks. It's not internal, it's external. Another problem I hate on this thing, which is kind of like the CDJ, you know, everyone's like, oh, you know, the CDJ-1000s, they're the best. Bullshit. I have the Denon system too, the Prime system. They outperform the CDJs in every possible way. And one of the things I love about the Denon system is the way they loop. They loop like a controller. Controllers have the best looping functions, period. Better than these buttons. These stupid fucking things suck, all right? These things, you know, hit a 4-beat loop, cool. But then in order to double them or half them or do something like that, you know, you have to hit shift again and then hit the button and shift it, you know, and I know they want to kind of mirror it after CDJ-1000s, but here's a scoop. I heard on the new CDJ-1000s, the looping control is going to be totally different. They're going to match the Denon system. So that's kind of a waste. So I hate the looping, the way you loop on this thing. It's cumbersome also. It's not even as cool as like the SZ2 or the SX3. Like, you know, just hit 4-beat, double, half, easy, right? Cool. If you want to adjust it, then you hit shift, you know. But me, I only use, you know, 8-beat loops, 16-beat loops, you know, and it's just simple. So that's another issue that I have with this thing. I do like the faders. The faders are great. It's the Magville fader. But, yes, the faders are good. It feels good. But in order to adjust the faders, you have to do it in the software. So if you're a scratch DJ and you use different fader settings, or if you're like, you want to switch it real quick, you got to go into the software and you got to change it there. There are no controls on the faders at all on here. So you know. Not that you can't control them, but you have to do it within the software. What else? I mean, let's see, the jog wheels. I mean, it's a mediocre controller. You know, you're buying it for the jog wheels. What else do I have on here? Power supply. Yeah, for, like I said, with the effects bothered me, looping bothers me. I don't know. It's just I have other controllers that do more than this, you know. And for the price, they're making you pay more than the record box version, and the record box version does way more than this, you know. And I'm just not used to working record box. It's very capable software. Matter of fact, it could probably do more than Serato. But I'm just so used to the layout and how fast I can get the things, and I already have all the suites and the packages and everything. And everybody else uses Serato, at least in the United States, that changing over to other DJs is just more simple. It's that simple. Anyhow, I just wanted to give you my thoughts before I throw this shit back in the mail today. If you want to buy it from me, you have about 15 minutes. And this is, what is today? Monday, the 18th or 19th of August. But I'll give it to you for $1,000. But yeah, that's my thoughts on this unit, you know. Like I said, buy it for the jog wheels. Don't buy it for anything else. Anyhow, my name is DJ Do. I'll leave my links in the description. And if you have any thoughts or comments, let me know. I don't do reviews. I only wanted to do a review on this thing only because I felt it was that important for you guys to know the difference with this and every other unit out there before you buy it. That's it. Signing out. Thanks.